following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Gold Baby Games. Drawing Dead from Gold Baby Games is a poker game with a twist. You're going to have roll cards with some very cool art that goes along with Day of the Dead. So let's find out how to play, and then let's see what Dad and his lunch group think of the game. I'm sure I could do a fine job of explaining how to play Drawing Dead, but I think the good folks at Gold Baby Games can do a better job, and they taught me how to play the game at Gen Con, so check it out.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so Drawing Dead, card game. We have two separate decks. So we have a 52 card deck here with a wild in there, making 53. Along with a second deck with our roll cards in them. The roll cards, when you play them out of your hand, allow you to take action and will manipulate the table as you play through the game. And as you can see, each individual roll card has its own character attached to it that trigger a different ability.
I wanted to buy that mini for sale because I haven't seen the miniature.
Point in the game is to get to 40 points or 40 chips. Each player starts with 15 chips. The game starts with the button in the middle and 5 chips from the bank. This is the pot. So all of the players are trying to gain the pot. The way that they gain the pot is by having the best 5-card poker hand in front of them so they can receive the button. You want to have the button in front of you when you start your round, your next turn, so that you can gain the pot.
I just told him that you're headed back that way.
Play through it. All right, so to start the game, each player has 2 poker cards dealt out to them and 1 roll card. When the turn starts, they'll pick their cards up, look at the cards, and then draw 2 more poker cards and 1 more roll card from the roll deck. At that point in time, the player will take and try to attempt to make their best 5-card poker hand to try to gain the button. Every time a poker card is played out of their hand, they'll pay 1 chip. The nine of spades right now is the best 5 card on the table, so that gains the button. So the button's here for this player. It then goes in turn succession clockwise, so it would go here to the left, and then that player would do the same thing. If this player had a queen of hearts, then that player would then gain the button, and then play would continue to move to the left. Okay, until again the button stops with whichever player had it at the beginning of their turn. Then the pot is gained. Once the pot is gained, the board is reset. The button is reset back in the middle, and the bank will put 5 new chips out to start the next round. So at the end of your turn, you cannot have any more than 5 cards in your stash, which is your hand, and you cannot have any more than 5 up cards in front of you, which are the cards that you're using to make your poker hand. So in this case, a full house, a pair of 4s, and 3 10s. Okay? So if during my turn, I can have up to as many cards as I want out there that I play through my hand, but at the end of my turn, I'd have to clean up all the cards and take it down to only a 5-card hand.
So now that we know how to play Drawing Dead, let's get to what Dad and his lunch gaming buddies think of the game. Now, my lunch group has really enjoyed this game. It plays pretty fast. In fact, the other day we were able to get 2 of the games in over our lunchtime. But as you can see, the artwork on this game is really cool. In fact, this is what drew me to the game. So you can see all the different kind of artwork that we have for the face cards, and then the wild card that we have there. Now, the roll cards are also really cool to look at, and they also were part of what drew me in. So let me show you those. So we have Ricky Love, we have the Shifty Sisters, the Bartender, the Prospector, the Dirty Cheat, Nina Nails, the Gunslinger, Baron Von Doom, Desert Rose, the Outlaw, Magic Man, the Sheriff, Lakina, I think I got that right, Ace Rogers, and the Duke. Really, probably the only negative that I have about Drawing Dead is the fact that that is all of the roll cards that we have. Not that many. And we found in our games that we have to keep shuffling that discard pile. So it would have been nice to have more of those, and maybe they'll come out with an expansion where they'll have more of those roll cards in the future. But the card quality is really good. They have a nice slick finish. Look like a regular deck of cards. The cardboard chips, while they're nice and thick, they are cardboard. If this is a game that you're going to be playing a lot, I would suggest using regular poker chips for that. The button artwork is really kind of cool. Again, the same. It's nice heavy-duty cardboard, so no complaints there. One other negative I have is with the rule book. Now, while the art on the rule book looks cool, trying to read it is not. That's very small print, and even with my glasses, it's hard to read, especially if you don't have really good lighting as well. And there's just not as much contrast between the background and the text. So I really wish that the rule book would have been a little bit better. But that's really all the negatives I have about the game. The insert for the game is nice. The chips don't really roll around much. Now, I will say that Megan does not care for the game, and that is because she's not really into poker. I used to play in a monthly poker group, and so I do like poker. I like this. This offers kind of a different variant on playing poker, as you saw in the how to play section. So I think if you like poker and you're looking to play a poker style game with maybe some people that really aren't into poker, but they are into games, I think this game is going to be for them. So if that's kind of in your wheelhouse, then I highly recommend Drawing Dead. But that is Drawing Dead from Gold Baby Games, and we will catch you guys next time. If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.